welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing my 2022 bullet journal setup. So this is the journal I'm using. It is a Dingbats journal. I'm not sure what size. I got it this summer. You'll see me setting up the actual journal, like the beginning pages of it, in my bullet journal setup video from this summer. Today we are going to be setting up for 2022. I can't wait to see what 2022 holds for me in this journal. So let's get right into the planning. So starting right off the bat, for 2022, I'm doing the same thing for my yearly theme as I did for my yearly theme last year. So what I did and what I am doing is taking the Pantone color of the year and using that as my yearly color. I never really know what to do for my yearly theme. I thought the great idea was to just use a theme that's kind of already been given to me. This year's color is very Perry. It's a new color that Pantone has created. It's like a periwinkle, of course. I don't have a specific periwinkle in my collection, so I'm just using all my different colors near that. So like my lilacs, lavenders, like regular purples, like dark blues, like purpley blues, all those. Also, 2022 is the year of the tiger in the Chinese zodiac, so I decided to incorporate that into my theme as well. I just wrote in giant numbers 2022. I really should have penciled these out better because they do not look symmetrical or the same. Like all three twos look a little bit different, which kind of bothers me. And then I just drew some tiger stripes in the corners. It's very hard for me to distinguish between tiger stripes and zebra stripes when they're like a different color like this. I kind of Googled it after to like really make sure the difference. And it seems that tiger stripes don't go all the way across the page like mine do. These are more like zebra stripes, and tiger stripes only really go halfway. You can always see an end of a tiger stripe. Like it'll never just like go off the page, if that makes sense. So these aren't really tiger stripes, they're more zebra stripes. You still get the message. You still understand what I'm going for here. Next was my 2021 year in review page. I have been bullet journaling for 3 years, and I like to do this spread every single year. It's just a way for me to reflect on the past year, look at my accomplishments, look at all the goals that I had set for myself, and kind of just like find ways that I can use this experience from the past year to better myself in the next year. So I put a couple different categories of things like things I didn't like, accomplishments, favorite memories, and goals that I completed. In those categories, I will just make a list of each category. So I'll make a list of things I didn't like, a list of accomplishments, a list of favorite memories, and then the goals I completed is that I will look back at my list of goals that I set for last year, and any ones that I feel that I've completed enough that they don't need to go on my list for next year, I'll write down there. Also, I did not Google how to spell accomplishments before this, so I just winged it. I don't know. I just kind of went with it, and it's probably wrong, and so that's why I kind of just scribbled so that you could interpret it how you wanted, because I did, and I still haven't looked up how you correctly spell accomplishments. Anywho, then I had my goals for 2022 page. So this page I split into 2 categories. I split it into goals from last year that I did not accomplish and I would like to try again this year, and then new goals for this year. The next page we are coming up on is a page that is very foreign to me. I've never done this before. This is my 2022 vision board. I don't know what it is, but I've just been so inspired recently to do like collages and stuff like that, and I just love the look of them. I see them like all over TikTok, people having their journals where like every single page is a collage like this. So I thought I would try my hand at it and do a vision board. I've never done a vision board before on paper or digitally, but I just thought it would be something really fun to do. So the paper that you see here is just this random scrapbook paper that we had in our house. The paper was supposed to be for like a parent making a scrapbook of their kid's life, I think, because each page had a different color and a different grade on it. This purple paper was 6th grade, and it had stuff like research, exams, geometry, and I was like, okay, this does not really apply to my 2022 vision, but the purple is like the color I want, so I just used it, and I tried to cut it out so that you couldn't really see what the words were, and like the words don't really affect the vision board at all. I feel like I kind of succeeded with that. The next thing I did was I took the back of that scrapbook paper and I just colored on it with the markers that I've been using for this theme. Then for all those pictures that you see, I have an HP Sprocket, which is like this little printer that you can just like print out pictures on. Instead of having a Polaroid camera, you can just print out like Polaroids almost. I just printed out a couple pictures on each one and then just cut them out. All the pictures have a sticky back, so I just cut them into smaller pieces, obviously, and then I just stuck them on with their stickiness onto my my vision board. Then I used some, I wouldn't call this washi tape exactly. I think one of them's washi tape. It's just like colored tape, I guess. My mom has like a whole collection of it, so I just used some of that for like accents and stuff. I just picked all these pictures are from Pinterest. I just picked pictures that fit with my vision for this year. I've got some pictures of like traveling, of theater, of school, just like, you know, things that I'm hoping my year will consist of. Then I just wrote out 2022 vision board. I wish I had written this differently because the board went onto that piece of paper and I really do not like the look of that. I wish it wasn't slanted like that. I wish it was just straight up and down. You know what? A vision board is usually messy like this, so I'm okay with it. I'll know better for next time. Then on the other side of the page, I just wrote out this quote that I was actually planning on doing a quote page with, but the quote page just didn't fit with my other spreads, so I thought it'd be perfect to put it on my vision board. And the quote just says, "A year full of things that have never been." I literally just googled like New Year quotes or something like that, and I liked this one. It was really long though, so I shortened it to this. I don't remember what the original is. I'm sure you can find it on Google. And then I just took a bunch of purple stickers that I found and I just stuck the stickers literally everywhere. Anywhere I thought that they fit, they got stuck. I just fiddled around with it until I felt that it was good. And that is my vision board. For my first time ever making a collage like this, I'm really happy with it. And it's just like, I don't know, I feel like I've been missing out on all this collage-ness. I'm really looking forward to doing more. I think I might do a whole month as like a collage. I might do a video on it, and if I don't, you'll definitely be able to see it on my Instagram because I post all my monthly setups on there. It's really inspired me, this whole collaging. Next is my 2022 routines page. So on the left side, I have my morning routine, and on the right side, I have my night routine. These are very straightforward. I didn't write them out because I hadn't really decided what I wanted them to be exactly yet, but it's just, I'm going to write down my ideal routine for when I wake up in the morning and my ideal routine for going to bed at night. It's kind of like my morning routine is like washing my face, getting dressed, like eating breakfast, all that stuff, whereas my night routine is pretty much just skincare. That's just kind of how, you know, my life works, I feel like. So the routines are a little different, but they both work for their section. Then I added those tiger stripes again. I put them in a different color this time, and I feel like they look a lot more like tiger stripes this time. Not stretching them all the way across the page really made a difference from the zebra-ness of the other stripes. So this journal that I'm using this year is not a new journal. I have not got a new journal because I just got a new journal back in July. I've used one journal for all of 2020 and then half of 2021, and then I used this new journal the other half of 2021, and now I'm using it for 2022. I do not think it is going to last me all of 22, and I'm really hoping that it doesn't only last me 6 months, because then I'll be stuck in this rut of my journal being able to hold a full year, but changing it on the middle of the year and not changing it at the beginning of the year, which I would rather have. We'll see what happens. Next up, we have my a year in YouTube videos spread. So this spread, I think I found this idea back when I made my first bullet journal, like 2 years ago in 2020. I don't remember where the inspiration came from, but anyway, what I do is I just write out I wrote Sundays, but I don't upload on Sundays. I upload whenever, so it's just a rough date. But every week of the year, minus some days, I took out April because I'm not going to focus on YouTube in April because that's when exams are for school, and then December gets its own little box because December is crazy Vlogmas and everything, as you know if you have followed me. Anyway, I just write out every week of the year, and then on the spot beside it I'm going to write my video idea for that. So like, let's say on October 30th I want it to be like a Halloween get ready with me or something like that. I'm going to write that next to October 30th. I'll just be able to go back throughout the year and put in ideas for which video I want to do what week. I'm hoping to do a video a week, but I'm really not going to force myself to stick to that schedule. Like I said, it's just a rough gauge for my year. I really want to focus more on YouTube this year, but also it is just a hobby and it's not something that I like need to be doing. School is way more important to me, like being with friends and family is way more important to me, and YouTube is just something that I do for fun. I look forward to doing a lot of YouTube this year, but you know, I'm not holding myself to any standard for it. I also put in the bottom just a box of ideas where I can just write out video ideas, but I don't know what week I want to do them. I can just write them there and then I can move them to a specific date once I decide when to do them. Next, we have my things to check out page. I put this in my bullet journal in the past and I haven't really used it, and so I don't know if I'll use it even this year, but I kind of just put it there because it's something that I feel like I might use, and so I don't want to not have it if I decide I need to use it. And also just, I needed another page, so I just added it because I needed another page instead of having a blank page, you know? I just have a box for TV, a box for movies, and a box for music, and then if there's something that I want to check out, you guys know how these pages work. If there's something I need to check out, I will write it there, and then I can come back to it later. I really don't know if I'm going to use this spread, but it's there. Then I did at the top of the page those tiger stripes again, but you'll notice in my spreads that all of the titles are just like a regular printed font. I didn't go crazy with the fonts. I just wanted it to be like simple. All my headers are just like the word with that highlight. I saw that in a YouTube video. It was like a study with me video or something like that, and that's how someone wrote their headers for their school notes, and I just really liked it, so I stole it from them. Next is my watch log, which is a space where I will just, it's just fun to see everything that I've watched throughout the year, and I just like looking back on it. So I write out the title of the media that I watched, if it was a TV show or a movie, the date that I watched it or like finished it if it was a series, and then my rating. And I definitely think I should have used this as a 2-page spread because I just feel like I'm going to watch way more than like however many things throughout the year. So I probably will regret only making it 1 page, but we'll see, you know? My first journal was a Michaels journal, like Art Loft I think is the brand, and this journal now is a Dingbats journal. And then I'm my next journal, who knows what it'll be. I want to try a bunch of different journals before I settle on one journal. I talked about this in my bullet journal setup for this new journal. I want to test out a bunch of different versions. I don't want to get stuck with one version if there's other stuff out there. And like this journal, I like it, but there are some things that I don't want to keep. Like the pages are so warm toned that I just don't like it. I like it when the pages are a lot more white, just because I feel like the colors stand out better and just the colors blend together better when they're not blending in with this warm like cream colored page. Follow my Instagram, follow me in here. I'll probably talk about it when whatever happens with this journal happens. We'll see how long it lasts me for. Next is my birthday time capsule page. I do one of these every year and it kind of just fits at the end of my yearly setup because my birthday is December 31st. So I've set up my new spreads for 2022. Before I get into January, the last day, I can just do a little journal of my birthday. And so on my birthday, the last day of the year, at the end of the day, I just sit down and write out a little journal. It was just really fun to look back and see how I spent my birthday. Now we are on to the final flip through. I'm pretty happy with how this setup went. I think it's a good foundation for this year, and hopefully this will set me up for a great bullet journaling year. Hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing. Comment down below maybe what was your favorite spread of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!